Okay, everyone, welcome back to Breslov Efrat here at Shira David. Baruch Hashem, another beautiful sunny day today. Baruch Hashem here in Efrat. What a beautiful place to be. And again, we always learn for the well-being of our soldiers on the front lines and wherever they are around the country, right? Protecting the Yeshuvim or whatever they're doing. Hashem should protect them, especially in the Shomron, right? They're always having problems.
Yeah.
Right over
so
there.
Much kavanah. They do it. It's
Yeah. And especially they should be able to find the captives and bring them home.
Amen.
All right, so we're in the middle of learning Likutey Halachos, Hilchos Birchas Hashacha, Halacha Hey, and we're in the middle of Chav Vav, 26. So Halacha 5, and we're in the middle of letter 26. Okay, now, we were discussing this beautiful idea of Rabbi Akiva. Right, in Rabbi Akiva, we were talking originally the Metzach HaTachton, right, the lower realm, and they with the which is the Zer Anpin, which you have the 24 courthouses.
May I say, yesterday I said, how is it possible that the 24,000 Talmidim of Rabbi Akiva would not have
Yeah.
How is that? What went wrong?
They didn't love each other.
Yes.
But he hasn't. Well, let's listen to Peter.
So yesterday, the Shir of Shlomo. Somebody brought up the point that there is a view that these Talmidim teamed up with Bar Kochba. With Bar Kochba, and they got so involved in that, that they became Meshuganas, thinking that.
Listen, Rabbi Akiva was feeling the way with Bar Kochba also.
But he was
that would make sense. That would make sense. Yeah.
But they got so involved. It's like what we see today, that people are going Meshuga for an ideology. That could be an explanation why they sort of quote forgot about
the Ahava.
The Ahava, like we see here now between left and right. How can people of all Amos, they fight each other, or in America?
No, I know, but you have to say hold on a second. These were still all great people. See, the people today, these are very small people. These are small people, the ones on the left. We're not anywhere near the level of Rabbi Akiva and the students of Rabbi Akiva. We have nothing to do with that.
But the mechanism is a human mechanism.
Yes, okay.
What Nietzsche died of syphilis.
Okay.
How did the Bar Kochba rebellion tie to what he just said?
It was at the time of Rabbi Akiva. At the time of his students. That was that time.
I've lost my brain.
Bar Kochba was the revolt against the Romans. He started. Rabbi Akiva thought that he was Mashiach.
Mashiach, yes.
Yeah.
And so the students became
Jewish?
Yeah.
And so the students became all
enamored. So it's kind of like Shabtai Tzvi.
No. Here, Rabbi Akiva felt that he was. No, not at all. Now you can't compare the two at all. Well, let's.
No, because they thought that he was.
Okay, let's. Interesting idea. Okay, let me think. Let's think it through. Okay, Okay, Valkei Vayimrim b'mincha b'Shabbos. That's what we're up to. Everyone have the place. B'mincha b'Shabbos ata echad b'shimcha echad umi ki amcha Yisrael goy echad ba'aretz. Interesting. We only say at that time. We never make statements like that, right? Only Shabbos by mincha. In the Shemona Esrei has these words, right? So what does it mean? Ata echad, Hashem, you're one. B'shimcha echad, and your name is one. Umi ki amcha Yisrael, and who is like the Jewish nation? Goy echad. We're an individual nation. We're special. But in the ba'aretz, that means we're supposed to be goy echad ba'aretz. No two states. Goy echad ba'aretz. Right? Okay. Ki oz b'Shabbos b'mincha tzrichen la'alois ad rotzai na'elyon. Because on Shabbos by Mincha we say we go up to that place, the Rotzai Elyon, the upper echelon. We go all the way up. Shelazet tzrichen she'iyah hava v'achtus godol ben Yisrael. For this, we have to have great love and unity between the Jewish people. We need to feel that. Because again, we're making such a statement. Ata echad v'shimcha echad umiki amcha echad ba'aretz. Right? Yeah.
It says here he died during the Omer counting.
Yeah.
Do you know which day?
Who? Who's he? The 24,000.
Rabbi Akiva. Oh,
No,
24,000
no,
students
24,000
dies during the
during
Omer counting.
Right. That's why we have the Avelis during the Omer counting
Right.
till Lag BaOmer, because that's when Rabbi Akiva's students stopped dying. They stopped dying at that time.
And he went to about 60 levayas a day.
Yeah. Or
So-
maybe some days there were more than others.
Yeah.
And yeah. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
So does that mean they started dying on the first day they started counting the Omer?
We don't have Avelas the first day we count the Omer because it's still the middle of Pesach.
Right. Okay.
It's only after Pesach we start that, okay? There's no Avelis during the Chag. All right? Okay, now. So that tzrichen sheyahava achtus godol bein Yisrael bebechinas menuchas shalom b'shalva hashkeit v'vetach. Beautiful words that we continue in the Shemona Esrei, right? Ki perid u'machloikis chas v'shalom, because when there's separation and there's argument amongst the Jewish people, hu bechinas teikef hadinim. That's the ultimate judgment. That's the power of the judgment. Shemisham kol hakfiras, and that's where all the heresy comes from, and all the things that we see in the world. When there's perid, when there's separation, like you said before, the right, the left, separation. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't like that at all. He wants us to be one. Ata echad v'shimcha echad miki amchud v'echad bar. We're one. We have to all be one. We have to be one. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu will do what He has to do in order to make sure we're going to be one. And we see what happened, right? It's amazing, right? I think about it all the time. I mean, the week before October 7th, it was impossible to ever think that there would be any unity amongst the Jewish people. Good morning, Yossi. There would be any unity amongst the Jewish people. And then in an instant, literally in an instant, I mean, it was the most horrible event that took place. But think about the outcome of that event, how it brought everyone together. Unbelievable.
Does it have to be 100%? Because there were still a few that were a little bit.
Okay.
No, I'm trying to,
There's always going to be some stragglers. Yeah. What? Slow learners. There we go. So, yeah, like that's good. Slow learners. Very good. Okay, Kamuva b'divar kama pamim, as the Rebbe brings us down many times in the Likutey Moran, especially in lesson Samach Beis, lesson 62 in the Likutey Moran, the Rebbe is talking about a lot about this idea of the din that we bring upon ourselves when we have separation. So we really have to have achdus. Achdus is really what it's all about. And even what they say over here now, if we have unity, we will be victorious. They got it, right? Right? Is that what they say now?
Yes.
Is that what they say? They understand that it's only with unity we will have a victory. Only with unity. It's fascinating. In other words, Hashem is guiding the world exactly the way He wants it to be. And He even has us use the words that He wants us to use, because sometimes we go off. But Hashem guides the world back to it's fascinating. Ki zeh yadua, shekol ma shetzrichen la'aseh yichud elyon yoser. The more that we have to make this yichud elyon up on high, the more we want to try to make this unification and unify it more. Tzrichen la'alois l'sham nafshes harba yoser. We have to bring as many people as we can back together to join us, to have the might, the power to do this. Okay. והעיקר שיסחברו ויסייחדו כולם באהבה ואחדות שעוז הם נכלולים במקור האחדות. When we get together and we have that achdus together, and we feel the love between amongst each another, ahavas Yisrael. When we feel the ahavas Yisrael, that's what brings us closer to Hashem more than anything else.
It's one of the Sheva brachos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. B'mekor ha'achdus ki kutchabrichu v'araisi v'Yisrael kula echad. Famous words, we speak about this all the time. Kutchabrichu, araisa v'Yisrael kula echad. Right? HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the Torah and the Jewish people are one. We're one unit. We're one. You ever think about that? HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the Jewish people, and the Torah is one. It's very simple. We all have a neshama inside of us. And the neshama is what we know is a chelik elikah mimah, right? It's a part of Hashem. In every Jew, we have a neshama, and that's a part of Hashem. So of course we're one with Hashem. If we have a part of Hashem that's keeping us moving, that's keeping us ticking, right? We're alive. We have the chelik, we have the neshama. So of course we're one with Hashem, and the Torah we know is the mind of Hashem, is the wisdom of Hashem, the wisdom of Hashem. So we study the Torah together, and we that brings us to love each other more. That brings us to love Hashem more, and brings us all together because we're really one unit. There's no separation. You can't really separate. Taking a Jew away from Torah is like taking a fish out of water. The fish can't live out of water, right? You'll tell the fish, "Oh, it's so nice here. Look, you can live. There's a beautiful. You can be over here. You can go into the Waldorf." I can't. Right? No matter what, right? They can't do it. The same thing. A Jew can't survive without the Torah. A Jew can't survive without the unity. Can't survive without the Ahavas Yisrael, as you see, right? It's amazing. You see it in there. Ata echad, Hashem, you're one. V'shimcha echad. We learned about this before, right? The Torah is all the shemas of Hashem, right? The Torah, all the words in the Torah are different combinations and different shemas of Hashem. The Torah is one, right? Right? Again, and we're the one, then here you have it. And that's what we're making that reference to. And on Shabbos, when we say that statement by Mincha, we're referring to Kutchabrichu Araisa Yisrael Kula Echad. It's amazing, right? That's what we're making our reference to. So we have to remember that. Okay, here we go, now we're getting back to Rabbi Akiva. But the fact that we didn't have this achdus, they didn't have this unity amongst the students of Rabbi Akiva. We're again, I don't want to say that they didn't have Ahavas Yisrael on any level. They certainly did. But a lot of Sfarim bring the idea that whenever they were learning together as a chavrusa and they came up with a chiddush, right? They came up with a new idea, they kept it to themselves. They didn't share it with others. And that was their problem. That was it. This is my chiddush. Why do I have to share it with you? Right? And that was the problem. I'm not going to, it's hard to say that they didn't have any Ahavas Yisrael. It's hard to say, but they didn't understand that the Torah is one. That means my chiddush is one with everybody else also. It's not mine. You understand the problem? In other words, they thought it's mine. It's mine. It's my chiddush. I came up with the chiddush. Yeah, but the chiddush is part of Torah. So if it's part of Torah, it belongs to everybody. Right? It's a chiddush in Torah. It's not a chiddush you came up with. It's a chiddush, an idea you were studying Torah, and you came up with an idea. So if the idea comes from the Torah, it's the Torah's. Right? It's the Torah's idea. It's not your idea, it's the Torah's idea. Now if it's the Torah's idea, so then it's Ata Echad, Shimcha Echad, Umi Kiyamchi Yisod Echad Baretz, right? We have to share with everybody. And that's where they went wrong. I like that idea very much because, again, these were great people. These were not small people. These were not small-minded people. These were Torah scholars. These were great people. Again, the students of Rabbi Akiva. We're not talking about small people. So again, to try to understand what went wrong there, how they didn't understand this idea that the Ahavas Yisrael and the Hashem and the Jewish people were all one. That's where they went wrong. You understand? It was a small, like we keep discussing, that there's these fine differences make the whole difference. Fine things, right?
Distinctions.
The small distinctions can make the whole difference, right? Like Moshe Rabbeinu bein shmad l'rotzen, right?
I think that's also in your example or your view about the Chiddush not being shared.
Yeah.
That doesn't deny that it's somebody. It is somebody's Chiddush.
Yeah.
Namely, the first one who thought of it.
Yeah.
Yes. So there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with that. So the sharing is not directly related to it being his Chiddush or not.
No. The same way you like to say always, it's a mechaya, right? So if someone tells you a nice chiddush, right,
Yes.
that you share with someone, they say, "Oh, that's a mechaya," right?
Yeah,
you like
yeah.
it, you enjoy it. So
Yes.
they were depriving that from other Jews.
Yes, I understand. I'm just making the distinction
Okay.
between it is this person's Chiddush.
Yeah. Okay.
Plus, he should share it.
He should share it.
Yes.
Exactly.
So it's not denying that it's his Chiddush. You know?
Okay.
You know. And I think it's important to make that distinction because part of a human motivation is, at least for himself, to get the credit for something that he has accomplished. You know,
Right. Okay. But again,
This was his toy, he wasn't willing to share.
Yeah. That's why this
fine. Okay.
distinguish between the sharing and it being his chiddush.
Right. Okay.
Maybe Hashem will maybe
Yeah. That's right. He said that when you say over Torah and you say it over in the name of who said it,
Exactly.
you're bringing Geula to the world.
Yes.
Now we understand that, right? Because again, when I'm saying over in His name and I'm bringing the credit to this person to bring him back into Klal Yisrael, of course, He brings it back to the Ratzon Elyon that brings Geula to the world.
Oh,
See, they're all words.
Machaya.
And that's why 24,000 specifically died. 24,000. 24 courthouses, 24,000. Bimei HaSfira Daika, specifically in the Zman of the Sfira. Right? Why? Because they weren't able to sweeten the judgment in those 24 courthouses, again, by not showing the love between one another. Again, on their level, again, the greater the person is, the more they're scrutinized. Right? The smaller person is scrutinized less. You're a great person, they're scrutinized much more. So even this fine distinction that they had, this fine distinction that they couldn't make the differentiation to understand that it's mine and I have to share it with others, that was something terrible for them. It's amazing.
Yep.
Vayedei Dalid the Echad Sha'ola L'Sham Rabbi Akiva Rabbim. But Rabbi Akiva, we said when he left the world, Rabbi Akiva understood this. He understood it was about the Dalid of the Echad. Remember we said yesterday. Rabbi Akiva, all his life was mitzdayer, right? He was always in pain. When am I going to be able to die al Kiddush Hashem, right? So now he has the opportunity, right? He has the opportunity. And there are those that say that Rabbi Akiva had the opportunity. He wanted this opportunity, and that's why he specifically taught Torah B'Rabbim, right? He specifically went in the town hall, whoever it was, that he went, and he gathered together a group of people to teach Torah. And he knew that he's not allowed to do that, right? He knew he's not allowed to do that because the Romans don't exactly, they said you're not allowed to do that. But he could have done that. But he could have done that again. But sinner, he could have done that. He could have gone into a little basement and he could have taught. No one would have known anything. But he's trying to fix the whole problem. He's trying to fix it. I have to teach Torah to the rabbin. I have to, because it's one. We're one. It doesn't matter what they'll do to me. I have to fix this, make this rectification. So he gets everyone together to teach Torah b'rabbim. You understand? To bring everyone together. Whatever the outcome is, he didn't care. Because again, he didn't care if he would die al Kiddush Hashem. He wanted to die al Kiddush Hashem. He wanted that opportunity. And again, was he doing something wrong? I don't know. He didn't do anything. In other words, it's not like he did something where a person takes their life, they jump off a building or they jump off a bridge or something like that. He did something, and when he did that, he had no idea if the Romans would be there or not. So you can't say that Rabbi Akiva, did something dangerous, so to say. I mean, he didn't do anything. He was in the street. People were all safe. Everyone was okay. He didn't do anything dangerous.
No, but weren't the people that came punished also?
No, the students weren't
Not the
punished
students,
at that time.
but the people in the Kehillah that he spoke to, weren't they punished also?
No, I don't know that. I think Rabbi Akiva was taken out. He was one of the 10 martyrs. Rabbi Akiva was one of the 10 martyrs that we read about, right? And we read about that in Yom Kippur in the Musaf Shmon Esrei, right? We read about that, right? The Chazan reads that over in the Chazaras Hashatz, right?
Does it ever say anywhere about Rabbi Akiva accepting responsibility for the death of his older students? Like, he must have said to himself, "What did I do wrong?"
He was. We can't even fathom the pain he was in. We can't. It's impossible to fathom that, right? Again, you know the story that he came home. He came back. He was married to Rachel, right? He married this beautiful lady, this wonderful lady, right? That took him in, right? And then he was away for 12 years. He was away, and then he came back with 12,000 students. And he overheard her saying, "Oh, I wish he could learn longer." He went back again, and he came back with 24,000 students. So those 24,000 students are the ones that died.
They make a heckage between that and what happened now on October 7th, that he would go to how many Levias a day? Did they
Yeah.
say?
60
Yeah,
plus.
so, we broke that record.
We broke the record in one day.
Yeah, okay, well, but we broke it, and we had a consistent, a week where that's what we were dealing with.
Yeah. Well, listen, in one day they killed how many people? Hashem Yishmerenu, mamash. Wow. Yeah. Well, okay, but we know that the students of Rabbi Akiva were also a Gilgal of the people from Shevet Shimon, that the 24,000 that died then.
Really?
Torah says 24,000. The Torah says 24,000 died. It's not stam. None of these things are stam, right? 24,000 died. He has 24,000 students.
They died because of
The mice with Zimri, right.
So these guys, Rabbi Akivas, came back to make up for them.
Yeah.
And became tzaddikim and reached a certain point where then we're done.
Yeah. Amazing, right? It's amazing.
It turns out Hashem Echad U'Shmo.
That's right. Right? Listen, we're learning about Moshe Rabbeinu now, right? Moshe Rabbeinu was born in this week's parsha, right? So Moshe Rabbeinu was a Gilgal of Noach. Right? The Zohar says he was a Gilgal of Noach. Noach. Moshe Rabbeinu was why? Because again, Noach made a mistake, right? What was his mistake? He didn't know he had to daven for the people, right? He thought he can do daven for himself. He didn't know he can daven for the people, remember? So what does Moshe Rabbeinu do? What do we see? He's always davening for the people. You see how the rectification comes about? It's fascinating. Okay. All right, so let's go on. So does everyone understand this concept? Does anyone have any questions on this concept? No?
Where
Okay.
did you say the other 20, was that with Pinchas?
Yeah, that time with Pin. Yeah.
So they're both zealots. They both did it based.
With Bilam, in that story, Balak was really, really upset at Bilam, right? He hired him to curse the Jewish people. And if you think about it, right? And then Bilam is leaving, and he's like, oh, I remember one thing I could tell you. One thing I could tell you. Hey, Hashem doesn't like Zima.
Zima?
Yeah.
What's that?
Immorality. Yeah. So what does they do? They take all their princesses and their wives and they send them all. Unbelievable. Really. It's unbelievable.
Good old fashioned.
Yeah.
So in a way, he was able to curse them.
He didn't curse them. They did it
They
themselves.
did it themselves.
Yeah. All right, so let's go on. Let's go on now to Chav Zayin, okay, 27. All right. So now we spent a lot of time. We understand Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, the Yichud Ilah, right? The 25. Oh, Sasha, you weren't here today. 25. Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. There are 25 letters in Shema. In Baruch Shem Kivay Malchus Elavad, there's only 24 letters. Okay? 25 is above 24, of course. The Metzach Ilah is above the Metzach Tata. That's why Shema Yisrael, and then we say Baruch Shem. All right, so let's look inside. Who said these words? Who said the words of Baruch Shem Kivay Malchus Yaakov Avinu? Right before he passed away. Yaakov Avinu, before he passed away, he made that statement. He made that proclamation. Baruch Shem Kivay Malchus Yaakov. But when did he do that? Yaakov Avinu called to his children. He told them to gather together. Right? He's going to leave the world. He knew he wanted to be able to give them blessings. Right? So he told them to gather together before he was going to pass away. Shebikesh oz legalois es haketz nistalka haimenu shchina. Yaakov Avinu wanted to reveal to his sons, right, to the Shiftei Kah. He wanted to tell them over when the end of time, tell them all about the end of time, when the end of time will be. What happened? The Shekhinah left him. The Shekhinah left Yaakov Avinu. He felt he was really ready to tell him he knew everything. He was ready to, so to say, spill the beans, right? He was really, and then all of a sudden the Shekhinah leaves. He can't. He doesn't know anymore. V'amar Shama. Yesh Shema Yesh Psul b'mitasi. He said, maybe there's a psul, maybe there's a problem with one of my children. Maybe that's why the Shekhinah left me. Maybe my children are not all righteous. He was thinking, maybe my children are not all righteous as I think they are. Perhaps. So what happened? Right away, Paschu v'amru, all of the sons, all of the Shvatim together, they said in unison, Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. All the Shvatim said together, Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. And what does that mean? Chazal tell us. They said like this: Kishem she'ein b'libecha ela echad kach. So the same way that in your heart you only have one Hashem, so too in our hearts we only have Hashem. We understand that. Wow, Yaakov Avinu was comforted. He was comforted. He sees that all his children together make the same proclamation. They make the same statement in unison.
Why wouldn't the Shekhinah come back?
Hold on a second. Pasach Yaakov v'amar. Yaakov Avinu then makes the statement, Baruch Shem Kivay Malchusay Li'olam V'od. And that's the only time we see that. After Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, Yaakov Avinu says, Baruch Shem Kivay Malchusay Li'olam V'od. Interesting, right? Now look what happens. Okay, now, and then we know in the Gemara made this darshan out that every time we say Shema, we should also say the pasuk of Baruch Shem Kivay Malchusay Li'olam V'od, right? But the question is like this: Shalimdu loy amru Moshe. but the Gemara was really having trouble with it to put that to enact that. Why? Because Moshe Rabbeinu didn't make that statement. Moshe Rabbeinu tells us again, Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, but he doesn't say Baruch Shem. So the Chazal was toying with this idea: should we include it, and should we make this as a standard statement that we every time we say Shema we say Baruch, as we do today, right? We all do that, right? Okay, so what happened? Ad shehiktinu loymar b'chishai. So they said, you know what? We'll say it quietly. We'll say it quietly. And that's why we say it quietly.
I think it's something to do with the angels.
We're going to learn about it. Wait, we're going to learn about it. Yeah, we're getting there. It's very good, Simcha. We're getting there. Okay, and there's they give a mashal to this. Ad shehiktinu loymar b'chishai, mashal lebas melech, Shehiricha Tzike Kedera. There was a Bas Melech, a princess that prepared a dish, some kind of dish that was not fitting for a princess to eat. It wasn't a royal meal. It wasn't a royal. Maybe she made meatballs and spaghetti or something, or maybe she made.
That she liked to scrape out the bottom of the
Yeah,
Oats.
whatever. Yeah, whatever. What?
Oats.
Oh, so whatever it was, something that wasn't ready for royalty. So what happened? No. So what happened? What happened over there? So what happened over there was what they did was they gave it her maidservants that she had said, you know what? We'll give her this, but we won't serve it at the royal table. We'll bring it into her room. We'll give it to her in her room. Let her eat it over there. Whatever. Scrape out the pot, eat the noodles, whatever it is. She eats it in private. Eat it in private. So Chazal said the same idea. We'll say the Baruch Shem. We'll say it b'chashai. Quiet. We're going to learn why now. Okay? So in other words, let's just review, okay? We all say Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad the same way the Shvatim said Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. Yaakov Avinu makes the statement, he makes the proclamation, Baruch Shem Kivay Mechusay Le'elavoy. They said Shema, he says Baruch Shem. So Chazal is saying, should we institute that? Or maybe we shouldn't because Moshe Rabbeinu didn't say it. Moshe Rabbeinu didn't. It's not written in the Torah from Moshe Rabbeinu, only from Yaakov Avinu. Oh, so make a pshara. We'll say it quietly. What?
When else should Moshe have said it? Why would he?
Because when Moshe Rabbeinu, we have the pasuk Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, V'ahavta es Hashem Elokecha b'chol lavav b'chol nafshecha. But there, it's not written Baruch Shem Kivay Mechusay.
Because that's not written in the Torah by Yaakov either.
I understand. But we know
So maybe Moshe said it quietly.
that we don't know. They're bringing down the Gemara. The Gemara discusses it like that. I don't know if Moshe Rabbeinu, maybe Moshe Rabbeinu did say quiet. I don't know. But we're discussing why did the Gemara make it quiet? Why did they make this thing that you say b'chashai? Say it silently. Say it silently like we do. And then again, we're going to understand why on Yom Kippur do we say it loudly. We're gonna go through that now. Okay, we're gonna go through that with Allah siyata d'shmaya. Okay, look what happened. Let's go on now. Ki Yaakov sava shekvar yochel legalois haketz. Yaakov thought, he was first thinking that I can now reveal the kates. I can now reveal the end of time. I can do that now. He thought he can do that now because his children were all righteous. Everyone was righteous. So he thought they could tell them over the thing. They're worthy to accept the information. They're worthy. Because he saw that they were all righteous people. He saw that the Shvatim were righteous people. His mita was shlema. What it means is that he had righteous children. They were brought up correctly, and so on. The kulam chazokim be'amuna kedosh b'yizbarach, and they were all strong in their amun in Hashem. He realized that. Aval kishirosh and istalka hayamenu hashchina, but when he saw that the Shechina left him, Sava Shema Yesh Psul B'mitasai. Pascha V'amu Shema Yisrael. Right, like we said, he's just reviewing it one more time so we understand it. Right? So right away, all the children said in unison, Shema Yisrael. Right? Kishem Shem B'libecha Ela Echad. So too, we don't have, there's only one Hashem in your heart. Yaakov Avinu, our dear father. So too, in our hearts, we only have one Hashem. Okay, now. Miyad Haven Yaakov she'afal pi shebanav kulam chazokim be'amuna kedusha. Yaakov understood that even though his children are strong, they have strong belief in Hashem. They have a strong belief. Their belief system in each one of them is intact. Afal pi chen adayin lo yigiu eis legalis haketz. He realized that this is not the time, that I can't now reveal the end of time to them. He realized that. He realized he was comforted to know that his children all were maminim, that they were all believers, right? He was comforted to know. And at the same time, the reason why he said, Baruch Shem Kivay Malchusay Le'olam Va'ed, we're going to see now, why did he say that statement, was because he realized that we can't reveal the Kates at that time. He realized that. Ki ra vehaven tekev sheika ikav ha'geula machma shetzrichen la'aleis kol ha'kedushas ha'nefulais ad sheyalu geirim v'chol ha'rechoikim me'akedusha miyoi. He realized, Yaakov Avinu realized, that until all of the geirim that are going to come into Klal Yisrael, right? We keep learning about this idea, meshmad l'rotzai, right? We spoke about it. So if you think about it, in this week's parasha, right? Bas Paroi. Right, Bas Paroi, she stuck out her hand to pick up the cradle, the little basket of Moshe, right? Mm-hmm. Bas Paroi was so amazed that Moshe Rabbeinu, she realized he was a Jew, she knew that, because otherwise why would he be floating down the Nile, right? And she saw what a beautiful light and an aura that he had radiating from him. And she saw that when she gave him she needed a wet nurse, right? He was a baby, right? She needed a wet nurse. So she gave him she found the finest wet nurses that she could find in Egypt, and Moshe Rabbeinu would have nothing to do with them, right? He would have nothing to do with them. He wouldn't eat from them, he wouldn't eat from these wet nurses. Until she had to go find Moshe Rabbeinu's mother to feed him. Right? We all know that, right? We all learned that. This is what I want. Why? Chazal say why? Because this mouth that's gonna speak to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and speak over the Torah. How could it be that he was involved in dealing with the? But exactly. So, the impression that Moshe Rabbeinu made on Bas Paroi was such a strong impression that she was Megai. She became a convert. She converted. You believe that? Think about it. She's the Bas Paroi, right? Bas Paroi. The Mitzrayim is the Korah Barzel. He's the leader of the Korah Barzel, right? He's the leader of the impurity of Egypt. And his own daughter becomes a convert. His own daughter. You see that? That's fascinating. Huh?
Powerful.
Very powerful. Very powerful. So you see the impression.
His
wife. What?
Moshe's wife.
Yeah.
She was Bas Yisro, right?
She was Bas Yisro, right.
She became a convert too, right?
Yes.
So did Yisro. Wow, did he?
Mm-hmm.
Convert, yeah.
Yes, so did. Yeah, of course he did. Yes. That was even amazing, right? Yisro, it says that Yisro he knew all the different idols. He tried out all the different idols, every one of them. He tried out every single one. You know, Paroi had that big book of gods, right? His big book. Yisro got to know every single one of his idols. He knew every single one. He served every single idol. He tried them all out. And he said, nah. There's nothing here. There's nothing here. And he found Hashem, and then he became one with Hashem. Unbelievable. But he was honest. He was an honest person, and Hashem was so impressed with Yisro that we even named a parsha in the Torah, but not just a parsha. The parsha of Kabbalah Satorah, right? We see is named after Yisro. Fascinating. A convert. See that? Fascinating. שזה אי אפשר כי אם על ידי שמאירים מייחוד העליון. It's only going to happen if you could bring some of the light from that high place, from that high light. You need the high light, not the lower light. You need the highest light. You need to introduce the highest light, and then you can do that. You can shine that light, and that light will make impressions on people. Ad kedei kakta, you can have a bas parai, that's a convert. You can have a Yisrael, that's a convert. Rus, a convert, right? Right? Rus was so amazed with Nami, right? So amazed with Nami, right? She was so amazed with Nami that she became a convert, right? Amech Ami, right? Right? She said, your nation's my nation, Rus said, right? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay. B'chinas Shema liyichud hatachta chu b'chinas 24 asyon u'baruch shem k'vay machusa yilay lavod shal yedei zeh daika ma'alim mishmad l'rotzen. So in other words, really, the lower we said like this. We said that really Hashem is presiding over all of the courts in the lower 24 courthouses. Of course, Hashem is the Chief Justice, right? But Hashem isn't showing himself in the court. He's over the court. He's running it, but he's not there. He's not there. They know he's there. His presence is there, but he's not. You understand? His aura is there, but he's not there. The same way in the world now, down here, all of the impurity, all the evil, all the things that really, if you think about it, Hashem is willing all of these things, or else they can't be. Right? The evil can't be, nothing can be in the world unless Hashem wills it. Right? But we have to be careful. We have to be careful when we talk about these things, right? We have to be careful because, again, are we always on the right level ourselves? Are we always on the right level ourselves in order to be able to, so to say, call out the other things? You understand? Am I on the right level myself to call out somebody else on their mistakes? You understand? So again, when I say Baruch Shem, I do it quietly. Why do I do it quietly? The same way. I know Hashem is behind everything. But I'm not so brazen to scream that out to the world because that may bring din on me. You're saying that these things are no good in the world, they're no good. But we know that sometimes there are Jews involved in the no good things, unfortunately, right? Right? They're involved in the no good things, right? When I say Baruch Shem and I say it loud, I could be ma'oreh din on them. I could be ma'oreh din, so therefore I'm going to say it quietly. But when it comes to Yom Kippur, right? When we're all doing tshuva, right? When we're all doing tshuva, and we're all like malachim on Yom Kippur, right? We're all like malachim on Yom Kippur. We wear the white, and we don't eat, and we don't wear shoes. Same way like malachim. We're compared to malachim when it comes to Yom Kippur. Oh, then when we're malachim, then I could say Baruch Shem Kivay Malchusay, and I'm not. Everything's okay because I'm on the level of a malach. I see Hashem, and I know it's Hashem, and I have no problem. I'm not worried about it. Do you understand? We're going to learn more about it. I'm just giving you a little preview what's coming up, okay? Val Cain.
I have a question about something I can't resolve here.
Yeah, okay.
We don't say it because we don't want to run the risk of making somebody wrong.
Yeah.
While I might be wrong.
I might be wrong, and I don't want to. Yeah, okay.
But isn't it so that no matter what we do, there's always a risk? Namely, there's also a risk if I don't say Baruch Shem Kivay.
No, okay. When I make this statement, I say it quietly.
Yes.
I'm saying, I know Hashem, you're really behind everything. I know you're really behind everything. Mm-hmm. And I know it's not governments, it's not people, it's not my wife, it's not my children, it's not going to be my boss, it's not my client, it's not going to be whatever. Right? I understand. It's all you, Hashem. It's all you. That's what we're saying. Because again, I want to always stay away from those 24 courthouses. I got to stay away. I want to stay away from the din. Remember, 24 words, 24 letters in Baruch Shem Kivay Malchusay. Remember, we said the 24 letters is connected to the lower Metzach, Metzach HaTachlit, Metzach HaZer Adli, the lower one. I want to stay away from that. But yet the courthouse is still there. So I'll say it quietly. I'll stay quiet. I want to stay away from that.
But isn't the risk that if I don't say it,
Yeah.
I don't help other people have the awareness that
No, we
Oh,
want to.
shame.
We want the awareness of Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, and that's why we say it all loud, right?
yeah.
Right. Whenever the chazan, whenever you're in shul, you always say it out loud, right? Everyone says it out loud.
Yeah, my question is about the bowl shape.
Yeah.
If we don't say it loud,
Yeah.
then we don't share that with other people.
I want to share it with other people, but I want to do it in a bitzina. I want to do it in a quiet way. In other words, I don't want to give them because if I yell out to people, hey, it's Hashem is there. It's really Hashem. Oh, it's Hashem. Also, then what am I doing wrong? Hashem wants the evil. Hashem wants the evil in the world. Does Hashem really want the evil in the world? No. He wants the evil in the world only so that we can have bechira, right? That we can have free choice. Does Hashem really want evil in the world? No. He doesn't want it, but he has to put the evil in the world for us to have free choice. Because if there was only good in the world, there's nothing for me to choose. Right? There's nothing to choose. But so long as Hashem wants there to be bechira in the world, and that's what he wants. That's how Hashem made the world. That we have the right to choose. We can choose. Do I want to choose to do right? Do I want to choose to do wrong? Like we learned in the Hilchos Birchas HaShachar. We make the bracha. Hanoisen lasech v'vina lahafchim bein yoim uvein loyla. Hashem gives us the ability to discern in our heart, to discern good from bad. We can understand it, to have that bechira. So in other words, the Baruch Shem Kivay Malchusay, I understand it's you Hashem. But if I'm going to let people know that, they'll take it the wrong way sometimes. Sometimes they'll take it the wrong way. And they'll say, really, Hashem wills the evil. This is not evil. If Hashem wants it, why is it evil? Hashem wills it. So Hashem if Hashem wills it, why is it evil? But we know that's not true. So I'll say it quietly. I don't need to let them know and give them a license. You understand? I don't need to give them a license. When it comes to Yom Kippur, we're protected. We're in a protected zone. Because Hashem is already, he's being malamed schus on us, right? Because of the fact that we're doing what we're doing when it comes in. Then we could say Baruch Shem loud. That's the only time in the year. It's fascinating. Right by Ne'ilah, we could say Baruch Shem, no problem. And then right away, as soon as Ma'ariv comes, say quietly. Right after Ne'ilah, right after the whole thing, right? So you think we're on that level, we can continue, right? We can continue. Now, what you have to go. Yeah, you have to go. Yeah. Okay. We'll stop over here. Mitzvah Hashem, we'll pick this up tomorrow, and stay tuned. Stay tuned. Okay. B'sorot tovot.